Hello, bringatrailer.com. Thought I'd do a quick cold start on my 64 Cobra replica. We'll go out and drive it a little bit, let everyone get a feel for how it's going. It is a cold start. Everything's been sitting for at least 4 days. Just a quick rundown of the dash and the starting procedure. Just show you guys what's going on here. Headlight switch, standard old plunger switch for the headlights. This is one of the 2 electric fans. This is the manual one. The second electric fan is on an automatic thermal switch. So it comes on automatically if the temperature goes above about 210. Windshield wiper switch, hazard lights, choke for the carburetor, which you're going to find out this carburetor does need it. This engine's actually pretty cold-blooded. It never goes above 190, even on a hot day. I live in Arizona. The car has been Arizona-proofed. That's why it runs 2 electric fans. The headers are wrapped with a thermal wrap to keep the heat out of the engine compartment. So it's a pretty, pretty low-maintenance car as far as driving goes. It doesn't get too hot or anything. It just does its thing. So let's go ahead and start it. Starting procedure is pretty easy. Keys in, you turn that. That basically fires up all the relays and basically puts voltage to the car. This is the ignition switch. So ignition there. I'll usually give the choke a little bit when it's cold. Neutral, a couple pumps to the gas. Starter button's over here. You guys might not be able to see that. It's under the steering wheel here. But push down on the starter lever and it should fire. Once it's running, I usually adjust the choke just to get the idle where I want it. Car's got a great chop to it. You can see the voltage sits nice and high, and that voltage will stay up above 14 volts when it's running, even if I turn the headlights all the way on, if I turn the electric fan on. I mean, no matter what I've got running, you can't overpower that nice tough stuff alternator. So we'll just go out, we'll take it slow for a little bit, let the car warm up, just go for a drive, and let you guys get a feel. turn signal's on the right side of the stalk. Just like most British cars, the turn signals do not auto-cancel, so you have to remember to click them back off. Pushing in the turn signal stalk is what honks the horn. We won't do that in traffic. But you can see now, choke's all the way off. It's holding a nice idle, 900 RPM. Temperature's coming up nicely. Oil pressure is always good. It's always, even when it's really hot, the oil pressure still idles around 60 psi. When it's cold like this, it's going to be around 80 until the oil warms up. The oil temperature gauge works. It has never touched 230. It's always between 140 and the 230 mark. Halfway between 140 and 230 is as hot as I've ever seen the oil get. I'll give it the wood so you guys can feel it. We're up close to 190 now. We're in second gear right now. Almost lost my hat. So we're cruising right now. That is 70 miles an hour, 2,800 RPM. And it'll sit here and it'll do this all day long. Hundreds of miles. So that little shot right there, we came off that turn in second gear. I hammered it. We went right into fourth gear right at 105 miles an hour and then just started cruising back down. By now you guys should realize I'm not afraid to drive this car. I love driving it. I drive it the way it was intended to be driven. And it just does its thing. Car actually likes to drive around like this at 25 miles an hour too. Alright, last thing I want everyone to kind of pay attention to now is I want you guys to know how tight this engine is. I mean, it's running normally, idling great. Listen when I kill this ignition. Shuts down just as easily as it starts. So that's it. That's our ride. I'm going to be monitoring the auction. I'm going to check the comments multiple times a day. I want everyone to know that they can reach out to me through the contact seller link. If you have any other questions, if anyone wants to see any specific pictures, any areas of the car that aren't included in the ad, reach out to me. And aside from that, good luck everyone, happy bidding, and look forward to seeing how this turns out for everyone. Thanks.